WordPress is one of the most popular content management systems that is used to develop websites. Overall, it's pretty intuitive and user-friendly. However, one thing that can be confusing for new WordPress users is the difference between posts and pages, so we're going to try and clear that up today. When you use WordPress, the first screen that you see when you log in is the dashboard. From there, you can access all the features of WordPress that you need to develop your site. If you look at the sidebar, you'll find that there are two main ways to add content to your site: posts and pages. If you go to add a post or page, you'll notice that the editors look almost identical and that you can pretty much add the same type of content to both. This is where the confusion stems from. They look so similar at first glance that beginners may question why there is a need for two content types and if they are different. The short answer is yes, they are different. To explore that further, let's look at posts and pages in more depth. We'll start with posts. Posts should be used for content that is timely. What I mean by this is that when you write a post, it is expected that the content will eventually become outdated. Because of this, WordPress has a feature to archive old posts. The best example I can think of for this is a blog. If you run a tech blog and you write a blog post on the top 10 tech trends of 2018, that will eventually become obsolete and need to be archived in favor of the top 10 tech trends of 2019. Staying in that blog mindset helps understand the way that posts are stored in WordPress. Posts are timestamped, and by default, they are displayed in reverse chronological order, which means that the newest posts are displayed first. Posts can also be grouped into categories so that similar posts can be displayed together. Here we see that the posts have been arranged into categories like web development, Photoshop, and graphic design. Posts can also be assigned tags based on the content of the post to help people find them easier in searches, similar to how hashtags are used in social media. Here we have posts that have been assigned tags like app development, physical computing, and game development. Now let's talk about pages. Pages are for static, timeless content. An example of this would be the About page on a website. The content there is unlikely to change over time and is not expected to become outdated. For this reason, pages are stored differently than posts. While WordPress does save the date that pages were last modified, pages are not given timestamps like posts. They are also not organized into categories or given tags like posts. Instead, pages are arranged in a hierarchy. If you look at the list of pages here, you'll see that some of them are indented and have dashes in front of them. This indicates the page hierarchy. In this example, Certificates is a sub-page or child of Instructional Design and Technology Micromasters, as is LDT 100X. Then Comparing Learning Theories is a child or sub-page of LDT 100X, and Andragogy, Behaviorism, and so on are children of Comparing Learning Theories. If you take a look at the navigation menu of this site, you'll see that the navigation structure matches the page hierarchy. Now let's recap what we learned. Posts are for timely content that will become outdated over time. They are time-stamped and usually displayed in reverse chronological order. Similar posts can be arranged into categories, and posts can also be assigned tags. Pages, on the other hand, are timeless and used for static content. They are not given timestamps, and their content is not expected to expire over time. They are stored in a hierarchy that usually matches the navigation structure of the site. So that's the basics of WordPress posts versus pages. I hope you found this useful and that it cleared up any misconceptions that you may have had.